Hello, everybody. Following up to my story that I want to share with you because this is important. And I'm doing this because I know that this information can help many people. So, my story again. Since adolescence, I'd suffered from constipation from bad digestion because of erroneous eating habits. But I don't want to go into this right now. So anyways, during all my life, I had been investigating how to heal constipation, and I had used herbs and supplements just to be able to go to that. But that was really just the tip of the iceberg. I'd always felt bloated and heavy, and since I was a vegetarian, because I couldn't digest meat, since an early age in life, I just couldn't digest meat. I didn't understand why, so I just cut off the meat, chicken, and everything. And then I became also very concerned about different ways of empowering my energy through a vegetarian diet. I did everything, and this is telling you quickly, 30 years of my life. 30 years of my life, vegetarian, macrobiotic, vegan, and I really dived deep into every system and investigated, and I was feeling good maybe on some levels, but then my digestion was always crappy. I was always into investigating how can I empower my emotions, my energy levels, and something wasn't clicking. I didn't finally feel that I understood the whole story, the whole picture, in spite of doing everything I could. Healthy lifestyle, strong energetics, strong personal practice of meditation, of breathing and yoga, and researching and really having a beautiful lifestyle. And recently, maybe 2-3 years ago, I started incorporating some fish, eggs, and I was like, okay, how many eggs can you eat a day? Low on dairy because I still had inflammation in my gut, and that wasn't fun. I couldn't go to the bathroom. Chronic constipation, and that wouldn't recede. And I don't know, life, Great Spirit just took me through the right path on the right time when I was ready to let go of all of my previous ideas about nutrition. And I said, I'm going to start eating meat, red meat, obviously grass-fed, organic. Everything I basically put into my body is organic because I know it's just more convenient. It's a smarter idea. It's just keeping healthy, no hormones, no, pesticides, and I go organic basically most of the time. And when I travel, I try to be flexible, the best intelligent, smart way. But organic grass-fed meat. And I realized I was feeling much better. Much better. I started understanding that if I incorporated animal protein of very high quality, like meat, for instance, grass-fed meat, I would feel happier, stronger. My yoga practice would improve. And I started going keto. I started the label keto. I don't like to put labels or titles, but yeah, I started going keto. I lowered my carbs totally. And that happened because the next event came into my life. By the way, before I tell you what happened, if you haven't subscribed to this channel and you feel like doing so, please click and subscribe and share this information because this is important information. It could help many people suffering from chronic pain, inflammation, constipation, diarrhea, and mood swings, depression, anxiety. So, very hidden in my life, I had always carried, low swings, emotions, depression, sadness, a deep-rooted sadness, which who cares? We've all had difficult moments in our lives, and some have had more difficult childhoods than others, and adolescence. And crisis always is around the corner, but it depends how you deal with it and the energy and the mental focus that you have to just, like water, be flexible and swiftly flow around the rocks and the spine. And this sadness started creeping, and I just accepted it as part of my personality. Then I started investigating, reading a lot about mental, like the chemistry in the brain, hormones, and where are they triggered, like produced mostly in the gut. Serotonin, dopamine, GABA are produced in a big extent like in the gut. The gut is the factory of the feel-good hormone serotonin, of dopamine, the dopamine, like when you want to do something, the reward, like feeling good about doing something, of achieving something, the push, the motivation, and GABA, managing anxiety, the calming down, managing anxiety, stress. I'd always had high emotional stress levels. And, I had a personal practice to cover all this and sort of manage. And so once I started lowering my carbs strictly and feeling like much better, everything started to heal. And the event that triggered all this was lately, for the past 2 years, I started having hives and itchy skin, very dry skin, and really dry skin. I'd put all the creams, the best creams, herbal creams, organic creams, then pharmacy creams, and the itchiness started, like I was itching. I would wake up to itch. Then suddenly I broke up after going to an Italian restaurant a couple of times on a row, like enjoying bread and olive oil. Of course, it's tasty. And I said, whoa, this is it. This is the best, like Italian food. And, olive oil on bread and stuff, and some good crusty pizza. And man, I can't tell you what I suffered through. I went through like extreme eczema and itching, and I couldn't handle it. I started investigating, and this is what happened. Vitamin D. Started taking vitamin D, it started controlling. Vitamin D basically is anti-inflammatory, is a hormone. And, I started investigating the gut skin connection and really studying. And now, basically, to cut the long story short, I'm 0 carbs. It's not even worth it for me. I want to feel good. I want to think good. I want to have powerful, positive emotions in my life. And this is the story I want to share with you. This is why I'm putting all my effort and energy and wanting to share my story. Cut on carbs, you guys. At least make it 20% if you can't cut it all the way because you're addicted to them, because carbs are addictive. Carbs are heroin, you guys. Carbs, sugar, it all comes up to the same, bowl. Cut on carbs, you guys. You're going to heal your gut starts with cutting carbs. Gluten, we cannot digest gluten. Gluten is this protein that's one number of protein that our human intestine cannot digest, and it stays there. Maybe I wasn't aware personally that I wasn't a celiac, but I started realizing that every time I ate gluten, and its different forms, even organic cookies and this and that, and then the rices and the carbs, I would feel worse. Inflammation, chronic constipation. It isn't fun to have constipation. It would go for days if I wouldn't take, herbs and little laxatives called herbal, digestive aids, but I wouldn't go on a natural level. So my suggestion, if you want to heal your gut, empower your emotions, your mind, your energy levels, get more stamina as you age, we all age, lower your inflammation levels if you suffer from inflammation, joints, pains, oral inflammations in your gums. Inflammation spreads like a virus throughout the body. Inflammation is the root cause of many diseases, because inflammation beneath the inflammation is toxicity. Poisons cause inflammations. And where do they generate? In your gut. It's so easy to understand. So you are responsible of your health. So decide and make intelligent choices. It's worth it. Healing skin, allergies, better mental clarity, reducing inflammation in your abdomen for the ladies, especially if you're up after 50s, menopause. It's going to heal and balance and give you beautiful energy in your life. If you feel this video can help somebody, please share, comment, and see you in the next one. Thank you.